And now, a message from a really buff llama's Twitter family. Drew Beast says, "What is America waiting for? Deport Pierce Morgan already." Beast Scriber says, "I just want to say this. Puppet Nerds and Goose are my greatest inspirations in life. I hope they both fucking fall down a well and are forced to drown each other whilst trying to scale the walls of said well." Goose chimes in with, "Fucking kill yourself, you igloo-dwelling slob faggot." Ron has a few things to say and says, "Mention me or face the consequences. Say, Ron is a biblical beast, I can only wish to be like him. He takes amazing to a new level." Second Son is obviously very thirsty, and he says, "Can you shout me out? Tell the ladies if they want a nice, good-looking 6'2", 200-pound black man with a 7-inch dick, follow @FECK Batman. I love long walks on the beach and red wine tasting in the Toronto, Ontario, Canada area preferably." First Son says, "Say Goose is a faggot Hispanic slob." First Son also has to say, "I am God. I dominate the militia at life." Andrew says, "Fuck you. I hope you die in a hole while sucking the Great Khali's dick." Oh, and for those of you who don't know, this is the Great Khali.
That's a huge bitch!
Booper has something important to say and chimes in with, "Potato and mancakes." Neighbor says, "You're a fat adopted tub of shit and I hope you contract a flesh-eating parasite." This has been a message from a really buff llama's Twitter family.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cultural personality.
What's going down, everybody? It's John, aka Buff Llama, and I was on Twitter the other day, and they were talking about how the next developer or whatever for the next Call of Duty is going to be Sledgehammer Games, and my boy Mr. Glock 420 said that Neversoft is going to be doing the multiplayer just like in this game. Oh man, that scares me away a little bit. And even if it was going back to Treyarch or whatever, I mean, there's anticipation for the next Black Ops game because this Black Ops, to a lot of people, sucked. To me, Ghost makes Black Ops 2 look like Call of Duty 4. But anyway, they were saying that that's going to be the developer, and I mean, whatever, man. Even if it was going back to Treyarch, I wouldn't play the next Call of Duty too much anyway, because they got Destiny coming out, which is my game. It looks amazing. I want to play that so bad. And even if, like I said, even if the next Call of Duty was made by Treyarch or whatever, and it could look at as amazing as it wants to, Destiny's going to be out. So I don't know if I'm going to be playing the next Call of Duty too much. But I wanted to make this video to ask you guys if you guys are going to be buying the next Call of Duty. And I know that's not a subject that you want to start talking about in January. But I mean, it's just a thought going through my head. I mean, the game has been out, Ghost has been out for like 3 months now, 3.5 months, I'm not really sure. And I only have like a day logged into the game. This is like the least that I've ever played a Call of Duty at this point. Back in Modern Warfare 2 to this day, I have like 35 days on that game, something like that. Black Ops 2, I have 24, and that's the most that I've had in a recent Call of Duty. I believe Black Ops 2 I had like 21, and Modern Warfare 3 was somewhere around 22, something like that. So you can tell as the Call of Duties have gone on, I've started playing them less and less and less and less and less. And I think that that's sort of a thing that, I don't know, I mean, they're running the series into the ground. Is Activision, are they destroying this series? Very well could be. I watched a video the other day made by, what was it, my boy Bipolar Nobody. Sorry, I forgot, man. That's kind of an insult to you. Anyways, Bipolar Nobody, my boy, made a video the other day about what's killing Call of Duty, and he said like it was the campers and all that sort of stuff. And that is true. I think that the main reason why Call of Duty is dying is because it's just so oversaturated with all this shit. Like why in every Call of Duty must we have 400,000 kill streaks? Like I don't understand that. And I mean, like, the campers are getting worse and worse. I mean, it's just so bullshit. And speaking of bullshit, that's what's in the game. That's the reason why Call of Duty's dying also, is because the bullshit is so apparent in all these games now. And I think one of the biggest reasons why Call of Duty is dying, and this is something that I don't think can be fixed. There's a formula that Call of Duty goes by, and it is basically like this. You start out with a class, you make your class, you go in, you shoot people, bam, 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 that's it. All right? You're going with a modern shooter, so you have to restrict yourself to stuff being real. I mean, you can't have these fucking like magical LED guns that like light up and they got like little beams that shoot out of them and like they make people explode. Like, you have to keep it real here. I mean, and I think that's kind of where they're starting to restrict the games now. I mean, the only place for Call of Duty to go in my mind is into the future now. And once that happens, I think that's going to bring a fresh feel to the game. You have to have these new experiences in Call of Duty because you've already had, ever since the original Call of Duty, it's always been this time period. I know Black Ops 2 was 2025, but looking back at the original Call of Duties, World War II, things like that. Looking at Call of Duty 4, the modern warfare. Again, you have to stay in this modern era. Going at World at War, yeah, you got the old-timey stuff, but still you have to keep it real. There's no separation. There's no, okay, well now we can start making new things that people have never seen before. You have to keep it, you have to keep that realism in there. Looking up at, what was it, Black Ops 1, you still had to keep it real. I mean, all these Call of Duties that have came out so far, they've all been up to now, or even 2025 and then below. They have to keep it, the realism has to be there. That's what I'm saying. So I think that's why Call of Duty itself is getting stale, and that's why it's dying, because they are making Call of Duty games and they have to stay in that realm of realism. They cannot bring it out yet, because that just doesn't work for. You can't come out with fucking Modern Warfare 3, call it Modern Warfare, and have these damn LED guns and all these little like laser beams, pew pew, shooting everywhere. Like, you have to keep it real, as far as like the realism goes with what they have right now in the military. So that's why for me that's why it's getting old for me, and that's why I think Call of Duty's dying. I think to save Call of Duty, you have to take it. I say save Call of Duty. I think to kind of keep the series untainted, as tainted as it already is, you try to keep it as least tainted as it possibly can be at this point. But you either kill the series and you start a new IP, start something fresh, or you just get rid of it, get rid of the idea of keeping it as a modern shooter, and you've got to go into the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace.